Hello and welcome back to ELT Under the Covers, where we as teaching professionals look at the good and the bad of teaching clips on the internet and we give you our professional thoughts. Today we are going to be looking at TikTok teachers. These are teachers that are on the new becoming social media platform, but are they any good? We'll find out. First, introductions. I am Neil of Team Teacher fame, and I'm joined by the 13th Dude of Dictionary, Professor Rich. Hello.
Hello.
Expectations of these TikTok teachers. What do you think?
We're going to TikTok teach them a thing or two.
The. What's the difference? It's pronounced the when the word after begins with a consonant. For example, the children, the book, is pronounced the when the word after begins with a vowel. For example, the apple, the orange. Easy peasy with instant English. Follow for more.
All right, I'm actually impressed with the first one.
This is instant English, so there's two clips for each person.
So there's another one for them,
yeah,
is there?
this is instant English as well.
So, well, first, just a comment on that. Sure. Actually, I think that was quite good. The, why not? Yeah, I don't really have much criticism about that. I think, without going into reasons why, there might be quite a lot of young ladies checking out that clip, no? But and maybe young homosexual men as well. But I definitely got that kind of, there in the what do you call that, vest top with his tats, looking kind of young and handsome. Yeah,
I think
fair enough,
one
dude.
needs to cut back on the cups of tea right now.
Well, I'm getting very excited. Maybe I need more cups of tea. No, I actually respect that, though. I don't think there's any problem with it. If you want to put your we've talked about this before with the tuba teachers.
Yeah.
Being attractive does help them sometimes, doesn't it, kids?
What?
And
think about course books as well. You do judge a book by its cover a lot of the times, especially when you're like, which one do the teachers kind of the children gravitate towards? They gravitate towards the ones that are big, bold, colorful. So why not do
not just the kids? I hate ugly course books. I can't use the material from them. It just doesn't grab me at all. I like things to look nice. Everyone has a different taste of what looks nice in a course book, though. Anyway, we're getting on to publishing tips here.
But
so, let's have a look at
I liked the video, and I think there's one thing that I like about it is it doesn't overteach, which with the pronunciation of the and the and all that sort of stuff, you sometimes you get people trying to make a whole class out of that, and I'm like, no, yeah, I mean you cobble it with other stuff, but you don't. It doesn't really need much more than what he presented for the very beginning, the basics.
Well, just as for the information, but it's very rare that you get any kind of practice activity in these things, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is just the information that he's given, and it's a perfectly acceptable way of giving it. Anyway,
let's see what he's got.
Okay,
next.
let's see the next one.
Tablespoon, fork, teaspoon, corkscrew, glass, mug, knife, cutlery. Conversation practice, TV series edition. I'll read red, you read blue, and duet this. Let's go. May, have you seen Peaky Blinders? One day? Seriously? Yeah, me too. I love it. What are you watching at the moment then? Sounds good. I'll give it a try. If you want more, like and follow.
Oh wait, is there more?
How to use fuck.
Oh my word! Is this a third one?
Yeah, sorry, I
I
must
thought you
have
said
put
there
a
was
third
two
one in.
clips for each. Okay.
I
Before
think I
we get
added
on to how
another
to
one
use, let me
for-
just go back so we don't have that lingering on our. So I just want to comment about this one.
Yeah.
I am. Well, you know what? I always give my opinion first. Neil, what are your thoughts on the second video?
I the first part with all the vocabulary, you know, it is what it is. At least it's kind of using stuff within his own, you know, kitchen or whatever. So it's kind of like almost media realia. But the duet stuff, I came across it on TikTok and I liked it. It kind of feels like role played, you know, the conversation practices and role plays that we do in the classroom, but you're doing it with the teacher. Obviously, you're not getting the instant feedback, the instant corrections, and that sort of stuff. But, you know, if you're going to be with another student reading these cards to each other at the beginning of the practice, then, you know, I think that's a pretty decent way of, you know, redoing that.
Yeah, I quite like it as well. I have to say, it's not at all bad. It's kind of funny. The way that he's reacting as they talk is funny. It's definitely not the worst in the world. I actually think it's better than the stuff we've seen on Tuba Teachers. I'm not sure if it was a completely different video from the vocabulary because there didn't seem to be much relationship between these kitchen items and then a conversation about watching Peaky Blinders. So I'm not sure what was going on with that, but I do actually like it as a little thing. And I just wonder if people might actually get into that where he's like saying something and then they go like, oh yeah, mate, you know, they try and copy his intonation and body language and kind of get into it. Yeah. It could actually have some benefit. So I'm actually quite impressed again by that. I'm almost at the stage where I kind of want to drop this guy a message and see if he wants to come on. Has he got like 1 billion followers or something? Is he one of those?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think he was maybe 250,000, something like that.
Oh, that's okay. I think we can get
good.
We can try. Yeah, it might be interesting. Certainly, to have a chat to him, see what his background is and where this stuff's come from. But
one of the things as well is it was natural as well.
It was natural. The language was natural. Yeah. It was a bit overacted, but it isn't the worst in the world that I've seen. And it's really difficult to, having done it myself, it's really difficult to do a conversation where you then react to what the other person's saying. It's really hard. So, excuse me. I agree.
Okay.
Right, we're going to get on to how to use the F word.
Yes, we are. Okay. Let's see what he says.
A spicy topic, but I guess there's a market for that on TikTok.
Well, it's actual vocabulary that you will hear a lot, and it's, you know, it's.
Well, you won't necessarily hear it a lot.
Well, it depends how you hang out with. Obviously, you've got boring friends.
Yeah, if you hang out with me, you probably hear it a lot. Yeah. Oh, dear me.
How to use fuck in English. What the fuck is that? Fuck off. Hey, how the fuck are you doing? Oh, I fucking knew it. Don't fuck with me. Where the fuck are you? Oh, for fuck's sake, there's no battery. Ah, fuck it, let's go. You are fucking beautiful.
Oh, very good. Very good. Okay. All right. Well, that one was just literally vocab, wasn't it? So that was pretty much English with Lucy, like 10-second version, which I think there's something to be said for that, to be honest, because I think a lot of English with Lucy is just, I shouldn't really pick just on her, should I? I think a lot of Tuba Teacher stuff is just filler, keep people watching. Whereas he just like fucking goes, okay, these are all the phrases with fuck, like how the fuck you doing? What the fuck's that? Like you are fucking beautiful. I don't think I've ever said that to anyone. I don't know anyone who would react well to that, but I guess it depends what nightclubs you go to. Anyway, I'm sure he does very well with his fan base. But excellent. I want to have him on. I want to have him on the show.
Yeah, Instant English. If you're watching this, drop us a message, eltundherthecovers@gmail.com, or leave a comment in the video. We're not on TikTok as of yet. We might in the future.
I don't know how we'd get this format on TikTok.
But I don't know how we would put this format on TikTok, because we're a little bit more long form. However, like the stuff. And just to add to your comment, with the tuber teacher stuff, it's weird because what you've got with YouTube, you want people to be watching longer videos. Kind of, if you're not so familiar with YouTube and creating YouTube videos, the algorithm favors people that produce, videos that keep people engaged, but for longer periods of time. So we're talking like 7 to 10 minutes at least, and they want you watching those so they can play more play more ads and that sort of thing. Whereas TikTok, it's just keeping people engaged, just on the platform. It's not so much engaged in there for a long period of time, just engaged in within the platform. So that's why there's probably multiple TikTok teachers, and many of them, because they'll just flick between the two. So it kind of, the English lends, the teaching of this kind of vocabulary lends itself more to TikTok because there's no fluff. So yeah, I think that's kind of a point that you picked up on, and I just wanted to reinforce that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this guy's not coming on the show though, Neil. He's got 1.2 million followers and 5.2 million likes. So I don't think he's going to be that interested. C'est la vie. Well done, Mr. Instant English. I did not expect the TikTok teachers to be better than the tuber teachers that we've watched, but for the format, I think it was actually. Yeah.
Definitely for Instant English. But this is only one of the TikTok teachers that I've got. Today.
God, I hope the other ones are shit. I'm going to be really annoyed if they're all good.
Well, let's queue up the next one.
You're saying it wrong. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this word right here. When you see it, you want to say interest. No, it's pronounced interest. Repeat, interest. Good. Now repeat, I have no interest. I have no interest in this. Now repeat, interesting. Repeat, this is interesting. This is so interesting. Good job. Every day you're getting a little better and better.
Seemed a bit Callan. It's a bit Callan method, wasn't it?
Callan is, you don't feed the language. I mean, that part, you do the feeding of the language, but only if they forget the response that they're supposed to use from the book. But it is similar in that way. Yeah. It's like a call and response.
Yeah. That's TikTok. Yeah. Okay. So, well,
I'm not.
Again, it's
fan
not.
of
It's
the text on the screen.
That's a good point.
I personally feel like it distracts, unless
you're right.
Unless it is like that Instant English where you're using it to read from the prompts. It's like you've got to really focus either on the pronunciation and getting that down pat, which is, I think, the purpose of the video, or you're reading that. And okay, I believe the reason that people do that is because they want to have engage those that aren't, that don't have the sound on their phone or something like that. But if you're doing pronunciation drills, you're going to need the sound on your phone to be able to get that model so you can then repeat it. So, I think it would have been better of just having like a sticker pop up of saying sound on before going into the whole, thing about interest, and not having all that text so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely I agree with you about the text being distracting. And I'm trying to work out what I think about this, like mouthing it as they're saying it. I've never done that before.
I've done that. I did that a lot in Callan.
Right. Let me just think about that. Just let me go back to the video, in fact, even.
Mm-hmm.
Just the last bit.
Good. Now repeat. I have no interest.
It's not too bad, apart from his model is synthetic, because he's saying I have, which is ironic because he's teaching the natural pronunciation of interest rather than interest. But then he's saying I have no interest instead of I haven't got any interest, or however someone would naturally say it. Well, yeah, I'm not opposed to this mouth movement thing, though. Interesting, certainly.
And I do like that he doesn't have any music in the background, which I think really helps with being able to pick up the model. I know for many people it's like, well, I don't even hear the music, but it does play a factor, I feel, because if you have the music there, you might not pick up on certain points. And also, it just drowns it out. It's more noise. You don't want more noise. You want clear attention to the model so you can accurately reproduce it.
Yeah. All right.
He's got more.
Together. You read red. Oh my gosh, I am so boring.
What? No, you're not.
Yes, I am. There's nothing to do.
Oh, you mean you're bored?
You mean there's a difference between bored and boring?
Definitely.
What is it?
Well, when the adjective ends in ed...
Like interested, excited, annoyed, etc.
Yeah, that describes your feeling.
Oh, so I'm frustrated means I'm feeling frustration.
Precisely.
And when it ends in ing?
That's to describe the effect it produces on other people.
I see. So if I say I am boring, it means I am boring other people?
You've got it.
Hey.
Yeah. Great. Good start. This is an example of good intonation. And he's there with like completely synthetic actor intonation.
Yeah, well, it is Chameleon Theatre, I believe.
It is. It's Oh, Chameleon Theatre. Oh.
So I would hazard a guess and say that this guy has theatre background.
Yes.
He's a dandy.
Let me just Chameleon Theatre. A small amateur dramatics company. So why is he on TikTok doing English? Is this the same thing?
It might not be the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's got a YouTube channel as well. No, and it's not the same. It's not the same thing. I wonder why it's called Chameleon Theatre, because it's Chameleon Theatre, fun English learning. That's the tagline.
Okay. Well, I think we can kind of see the big difference between instant English and this Chameleon Theatre with the duet process. Is the instant English one was much better. It worked better because it felt like it was more of a role play exercise, whereas this one where he's doing both parts, I don't think it's more or less kind of, it's still teaching, teaching in still
I didn't like it. I struggled. Don't like it. I thought it was a bit synthetic, and it's leaning too heavily into entertainment, which is kind of what I expected from the TikTok teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that really bothers me about TikTok, I get it, is just the facial expressions, man. Like everyone who does TikTok, they're always like, "Hey, can I tell you one thing? Have you ever checked out this thing that does this?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like children's TV, Unfortunately, this is what the kids are being brought up on, isn't it? But I don't know. Not my thing.
It's
not my thing. And I would argue it's in. I mean, are you going to go in the street and go to the shops and walk into the shop and say you want a newspaper and be all like, which newspaper shall I get? Like, they'd probably be phoning the cops or something. The men in white suit. Excuse me, I think someone's escaped from the local. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. My mum, I can imagine my mum would be like, "Oh, what's he giving it? What?"
Yeah. What's he on?
What's he on? Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. What's
I think it's a weird one because I understand it with the kids' TV because you overly express to better convey emotion because they don't have the, what do you call it, the faculties yet for differentiating between emotions so much. So it makes sense when you have stuff like Sesame Street and all these kind of kid shows where they're all big and bold because it makes it a little bit more discernible for the kids. When it's for adults, I'm not sure, and I'm not sure the question that it raises of if this is what's popular with adults on TikTok, then what kind of adults do we have here? That they can't differentiate between emotions or what have you.
Well, having TikTok currently loaded up in another tab and seeing the recommends that are coming up already from just looking at these English channels, I can hazard a guess at the adults that we have on TikTok. It's the Wild West on this place, I tell you.
Yeah, it can be a scary place for those that are looking for a little bit more of a relaxed, I guess, experience with social media.
If you're looking to maintain your faith in the human race, be careful with TikTok. I don't want to watch his last video. Do we have to? Let's just go to the next one.
Okay.
I think, actually, let's be fair. He said practice question tags. That's a valid grammar point. Go on then.
I say a sentence and you put the question tag on the end. Are you ready? Then let's go.
Is she? Oh, isn't she? What?
Good. It's
oh, isn't it? That's so weird because it's like you're completing his sentence.
Yeah.
I would do it as like, she's coming. Is she? As you're asking. No, she's coming. Is she? But okay, he's doing it like you're completing his sentence.
Yeah, which I don't think he made quite clear.
That's not dangerous.
Is it? Yeah, I don't like it. It doesn't feel natural.
You all were sleeping.
Aren't you? Yeah, I don't. It doesn't feel natural to me to be completing his sentence like that.
Yeah.
Robert's not leaving.
Is he?
Your friends aren't paying.
Are they? And it's like he's setting you up for like terrible pronunciation and intonation as well.
Yeah, because he's not.
Yeah. By the way, this guy's got even more. This guy's got 5 million followers on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now he's an old schooler because he's got a YouTube channel that's been going for 8 years, but only has 33,000 followers. So he's obviously been at this a long time. And when TikTok came along, he's like, going to get onto that. And he might actually be a decent teacher of English, but he's just playing to the market, perhaps. I don't know. But he's obviously been successful with this, and I'm not a big fan.
One thing I would like to point out with this video that I'm not sure if you picked up on, when he was, I know we not so keen on you finishing his sentences, but as he's doing the practice, he's got the text to prompt you with the answer, and then he's got just a prompt without the answer, and then no prompt on there. So I kind of see I kind of do like that progression of the example, the model for you to use, and then getting rid of that, and you've got to make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the progression was good. I agree.
I like that, but everything else, it is weird the way he did it.
Yeah, the progression's good.
It's not, if he's going to be doing a role play, you shouldn't be finishing what other people are saying. Rather, you should be reacting to it. So I'm not sure what he's kind of going.
I think if you were doing a video like that, I would agree. Yeah, unless you...
One fish, two fishes? Well, it's actually two fish. The plural of fish is fish. But fishes does in fact exist, and it's typically used in a more scientific context to talk about different species of fish. So technically, these are two fish, and these would be two fishes, but it's not very common to hear. Also, be careful. This is Pisces.
Bathroom vocabulary. Duet me.
Be careful, this is Pisces.
Not
what?
Fishes. I don't know. It's just a random astrology thing that he's like, oh, when we say fishes, careful not to get it mixed up with Pisces.
Yeah, I hated it.
And see if you can name all these things in English. What is this called? That's a toothbrush. And what about this? A hand towel. And what is this thing called? That would be a comb. And this? A bathtub.
This is a complete waste of time. Sorry, don't like it at all. What is this? Rosetta Stone?
Try going on to his next stuff.
Yeah, let's go on to his next stuff. I don't understand why he had a British flag either when he's clearly American.
He's pretty interesting. If I remember correctly, he's Italian, and English is not his native language.
All right, fair enough.
I've seen a lot of videos where he flicks between the two, and it was pretty impressive. But yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
How are you? Here's some other ways to say it. How's it going? What's up? How are things?
All right, so we've seen that a million times before, haven't we? This is what everybody bloody does. Here's a million ways to say, don't say sorry, say this. Don't say thank you, say this. Yeah. Okay, that's the last of his stuff. All right, yeah. I would say
this is exactly what you were thinking of, right?
Not quite, actually. I thought it'd be worse than this. I said I don't like it, but I'm putting that on tuba teacher level. I don't think it's particularly worse than tuba teachers. So, yeah, I think that's tuba teacher level. I was expecting worse. Mm-hmm. I mean, to be frank, I was expecting more kind of luring people in with the standard stuff on TikTok, right?
Oh, okay.
If you spend 2 seconds on TikTok, you start getting recommended like people trying on bikinis, like some girls' dance moves, like that's just what comes up on TikTok. Maybe some dude who's like topless playing the guitar. That seems to be a popular one as well, right? This is the stuff that is popular on TikTok.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was expecting a bit more of that, whereas what we're actually getting here is basically just the same as the tuba teachers, you know?
That are pronounced in a kind of similar way, but have completely different meanings. Beside versus Besides. Beside is a preposition, meaning next to something. Besides can be an adverb. Besides, do you want to go to a party after this? And the preposition. What do you enjoy doing besides making videos for YouTube? Casual phrase that would highlight that you enjoyed helping someone. Happy to help. Anytime. No need to thank me. Anytime. I use no worries a lot. When people thank me, I'm like, no worries. I enjoyed doing this for you. You can say.
So ironically, with this girl, she seems to be pretty natural. Just let me carry on a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure. I'm happy that I made you happy. Don't mention it. No. No need to thank me. It's nothing. This means it didn't take you a lot of effort to help that person. Native speakers use a variety of different words, not just very.
Yeah, the thing, she's supernatural in the way that she communicates to the camera.
Yeah.
Even though she's got that, is that a Cali? Is that a Cali girl accent?
No, I'm not even sure she's a native speaker, to be honest. I think.
But she sounds so. But she's got, you know what I mean? She's got like that kind of Cali girl kind of intonation going on, which is
kind of thing.
You know, oh, you are so welcome. So welcome. Like when you go to a restaurant. Well, you live in North America pretty much, so you probably know this, right? You go to a restaurant and you're like, oh, thank you, and they're like, oh, you're so welcome. And, you know, she's kind of saying stuff like that. And to be honest, I think she probably does say stuff like that. Yeah. Whereas with English with Lucy, I kind of struggle to believe that she really says it. It seems like she's acting a bit. Mm-hmm. And I would imagine that she's actually a little bit more down to earth when she interacts. Whereas this one, this lady, this teacher, I can see her actually being like that. And one of the things I do like about her, I wouldn't choose this as my accent standard myself, but one of the things I do like about her, she speaks to the camera just totally naturally.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't sugarcoat it at all, right? Not like that fella before who was like, so what will we do now? Yeah. Whereas if you listen to her, she just talks to the camera.
Yeah.
All the time. Very tired. You can say I was exhausted.
You can say very exhausted. Okay, good.
God, I had to work so much last week.
She's milking it a bit with her models, but in between, she's speaking pretty naturally.
Exhausted by the end of the week. Very sad. He was heartbroken after his divorce. Or he was devastated after his company went bankrupt. Very happy. You can say, I'm thrilled. Oh my God, I am thrilled to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. When we decided to get married, I was on cloud 9. Means I was very happy.
Yeah, so I think she's not a Cali accent. I think that's actually more of a Brooklyn. But you know, what do we know? We're British. We don't. It was
just a bit. It was just a bit OTT for my taste in general. So
very natural, and I think it's that benefit of the TikTok being short videos that it's actually they are forced a lot of the time to speak naturally. Which is better than being synthetic, right?
Yeah, it is better than being synthetic. So yeah, it's not bad. I didn't like her models though. Actually, I thought she was over egging them, but at the end, all the models she did at the end just seemed a bit too much. But again, you can almost get away with it when you're doing that like whatever it is. If it's not Cali girl, then what is it? Over the top American girl.
To sound more natural in a casual conversation, you can replace a formal verb with a phrasal verb. Remove, take off. I'm going to remove my jacket. I'm going to take my jacket off. Continue, carry on with. Continue what you were saying. Carry on with what you were saying. Reduce, cut down.
Yeah, I just hate this kind of video, man, where it's just like it's the 20 seconds in a class when someone asks you a question or you're just expanding on some vocabulary and you go, oh yeah, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And I think it's a super easy thing to do. It's not really a reflection of what you're like as a teacher at all. It's just that kind of stereotypical walking dictionary thing that you need to have it as a teacher, but it's a necessary thing. It's not a sufficient quality. And there was videos from the other fella, the fella with the top knot, was also doing this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Obviously, it's popular. People must search. They search what's the difference between this, and then they get these videos and they watch them, I guess. But I don't like it. I don't think it's helpful, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Does she have any others here?
Yeah. Let's jump ahead.
Join the club. For example, if your friend says, "Oh, I'm so stressed out at work, I don't know what to do," your response can be, "Join the club."
Right. So that just seems like a complete copy of English with Lucy.
What do we think?
Well,
I think let me start. I think a lot of this, and it's kind of a bit of a crossover from YouTube, is that dictionary talk, as you've mentioned, is there's only so much that you can do with these platforms. However, I am doing it to video, because the stuff that we talk about and we try to push is more kind of what are some things that you can set up in the classroom to help the students learn, or better teaching practices. And if you're on video, that a lot of that is cut up. You can't put people into groups and do a lot of different activities and exercises, and it's literally all going to be practice, not so much production and freer practice, because who have they got to practice with? You can't practice so much with the video. But with TikTok, I think one of the benefits and one of the boons is at least it's short. So if they're going to be these dictionary teachers, that at least they're going to do it in a more condensed version, and I feel more often with natural speech. Whereas the tuba teachers, it's drawn out, and they add a little bit too much in the way of explanation, and I don't think you need that as much. You just need the example, and boom, 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 go, 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 go.
Yeah, I agree. If you're going to do that, then that's it. So there you go, tuba teachers. Get onto TikTok and leave YouTube to me. Thank you.
But what do you think? Overall thoughts or something like that?
I pretty much just agree with what you said, Neil. I think it's in a weird way a step up from tuba teachers, which I wasn't expecting. But I think that I still don't like it that much. And I mean, let's come at it from a learner's perspective, because that's always what we should be doing, isn't it, as teachers, when we're considering what's useful, what would work, things like that. So we go from a learner's perspective. Let's say you're learning a language, right? You want to learn something. I mean, you've learned a bit of Mandarin, right? Mm-hmm. And you're probably quite keen on learning a bit more at some stage. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you watch this kind of stuff? Would you get onto TikTok and start watching some Chinese people saying this stuff, or?
No. No. I mean, I would maybe have it in my timeline. So, if I'm going to use social media, it might pop up and it might just be like a quick prompt. I'd be like, oh, I could watch this. If I've got a minute spare at the bus stop or something like that, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's interesting-ish or whatever. But I know as a teacher, I'm more aware of what I need to learn the language. I'm more aware of what works better with that process. So I would more often just have a TV show that's in Mandarin with subtitles, or I would have some sort of podcast or something. Or what I did with Spanish was I had comic books that I would read that were in Spanish, or I'd have the bilingual books.
Yeah, right.
Those ones that also come with an audio component. And
Yeah,
that
it's that
and
idea of
just
doing the
graded.
things that you
Yeah.
like.
And
Yeah.
it's not so, because I always I know it works. It works better if you learn the language within a context. It's better if it comes in naturally than you're trying to go, okay, I need to learn all these kitchen items, and I'm just going to learn this list. It doesn't stick as well for me. I know that's generally because I'm not associating it with anything. But if I read like a little bit of a story that involves that, then I'm gonna learn more of it. I'm gonna retain more of it.
Yeah, completely.
And I think
I
that's one of the
agree.
issues with learners.
I think
They don't know generally what works. They've not learned to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as someone who's a teacher and experienced language learner, I think I would prefer to just watch others, like not people doing the dictionary thing like that. I'd prefer to just watch some people saying stuff naturally in Chinese and using websites like Youglish. Excuse me. Using websites like Youglish, where you can just search for a certain phrase and you can get it in a natural video and you can go through them. And I would ignore the ones where it's OTT intonation, and I try and find just the way that people say it naturally, Ohayo gozaimasu, or whatever, just keep it natural, not too OTT.
Yeah.
And I would do drills of that, listening to the way they say it, pause the video, wait 5 seconds, then try to say it, and then compare what I say to what I heard. Yeah, I don't think I would personally get any use out of these sorts of videos as a language learner. And I think the people who do watch them, I think there's a lot of entertainment about it, and they just like the person. I think they just like the person.
Yeah, and there's a difference between learning and feeling like you're learning as well. So it kind of is. I feel like there's almost a bias of like, oh, I feel more engaged, so I am learning, and that could be the case. But more often, it's probably just that you're entertained rather than you're learning, and you should really go and try and test yourself, I guess, to determine how much of that you're actually keeping in. One thing that I did really like on TikTok that I don't know why more people didn't do it on YouTube. They do it with kids' videos, but is the whole conversational duet, I believe that they call it, where he, like with instant English, where he's having that role-played conversation. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
It's not that different to the role-play cards that you would give out during class, and you'd say, okay, you together, you do this dialogue, and then it's that first part before you then go, okay, now I want you to create your own dialogue. It's that controlled practice, but at least it's something, right? And it's actual direct interaction. You kind of, especially with the screen, it kind of feels like maybe you're just on a video chat, so it works not so bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. Maybe there is someone doing the dialogues on, I mean, I think Oxford Online English do it a little bit. They kind of have a dialogue between two people, and then sometimes they have just a one-sided dialogue where the student's supposed to respond to it, but not quite in that way where they're actually looking at the camera. And I did quite like that, actually. And I might put that in the bag for some future Prof. Rich videos, even when I go back to it.
Yeah, definitely. And there might be instances as well, because these were all the pre-recorded videos and clips and stuff. A lot of TikTok is live streaming and stuff, so we've yet to see some videos of these TikTok teachers where they're live and interacting with their audience. How would that be? Because it's almost like you've got a a classroom, but it's to a whole world. You know, maybe there's thousands of people interacting with you. How does that work? That would be a video that I would be interested in doing. If you are interested in watching a video like that, then please leave a comment below and we'll have a wander in. Or if you've got any other particular TikTok teachers that you want us to look at and comment on, again, leave their usernames below in the comments, and let us know what you think about these TikTok teachers. And we always love to have some engagement and to kind of get some feedback, so we know where we can better focus our video making on. Do you have any final comments, Rich?
Yeah, thank you very much for watching, folks. Yeah. And do give us a comment. It's the most important thing. We'd like to get some interaction. We'd especially like to know if you are a teacher. So if we're currently getting through to our intended audience of teachers out there, and if you are, be really interesting to hear from you and to hear what parts of our commentary and videos benefit you, and so on. We've got lots of interesting interviews coming up as well.
Yeah, and they'll be coming out soon. So remember to like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell, because those interviews will be coming at you very shortly. If you're looking for more from myself, remember to check out teamteacherchina.com and Team Teacher China at the YouTube, where we have videos that match up to a lot of the content and materials that we produce on Team Teacher China. Team Teacher English, where we take those materials and we put them into video formats, especially for kids. And then we've got Team Teacher Baby, where I take all my experience as a teacher and put that into my child. And Mr. Rich, Professor Rich.
Twitch.tv/Prof Rich gaming streams. That's the thing right now. Otherwise, you can occasionally catch me on Oxford Online English, teaching live streams Wednesdays, British summertime, 3 p.m.